Hi all. So it's worth having a quick chat about the current camera setup I've got in the car because it's very similar to the VRS, but I want to talk to you about it because I've had a bit of an idea. So currently I've got the GoPro Hero 9 front facing as what would be the dash cam. I've also then got my Hero 4, which has been in the rear windscreen in this car and was on the roof in the VRS, which I've controlled from the remote control, which I did have strapped on the steering wheel. And then I've also got my old Samsung S19, which I've been using for this interior shot. But I've been looking around at some of these dash cams. I've noticed where you can get the dash cams which do 3 channels and have all 3 shots run from the same unit. So I thought to myself, well, why don't I see about getting a dash cam that can do all 3 shots from the same unit, and that way I can do away with the 3 cameras. So I went out and got myself something, and I'm going to see how it goes.
And here it is. This is the one I've gone for. This is the Viofo A229PRO, and there's a couple of reasons that I've gone for this one. As mentioned, is I needed a dash cam that's going to be able to do all 3 channels. So this one can do all 3. It can do front facing, rear facing, and interior. This one, as you can see, also has 4K resolution for its front facing, and then it has 2K resolution for the rear facing, and then 1080 interior. But there's a couple of really other good bits about this as well. That does the interior camera also then has the infrared, so it'll do nighttime shots really well, which I struggled with the phone. I couldn't pick up any interior stuff at night. And then this one also has the option to then add it onto a hardwire kit as well, which I'll think about further down the line. So it does all the parking mode things, so that it has motion sensitivity as well, so that when it's parked and left alone, it will also pick up on that as part of the dash cam as well. So this is the one I've gone for. Let's put it in and see how it goes.
So let's have a quick look at it and a quick unbox. Nice. So this is the actual unit itself. It all comes nicely packed. So I think the first thing to note on this is I was actually really quite surprised in just how small and compact the unit is. So this is the front facing camera which sits behind the or the other side of the rear view mirror. But in terms of size, the pictures don't do it justice because it looks a lot bigger in the pictures on the website. But as you can see, actually in terms of the actual size of it, it's quite small, palm of your hand. This is in comparison to my Hero 4 GoPro, so it's actually not that much bigger. So I quite like the size of it. It's quite compact, which is good. Adherence mount to the windscreen as well, so we'll go through how that actually connects in a moment. But that's the front facing camera, and then these two are the rear facing and interior facing. So this is the interior facing camera because it's got the infrared sensors on that one there, and then this is the rear facing camera. So I'm really impressed with just how small and unobtrusive these cameras are going to be. They're also going to be a lot less than the GoPro. So in terms of the rear facing, that's going to replace this in size. So as you can see, size wise, that's going to be a lot better. In terms of what else comes with the unit, so that's the 3 actual cameras itself. Within the box we've got the user manual, read before installation, so check the GPS, etc. We'll go through that in a minute. Some spare sticky mounts on there as well. So these I actually really quite like this idea. So instead of sticking the 3M adherence stickers directly to the windscreens and the rear view screen, you actually adhere this to the screens and then put the 3Ms over the top. That way, if you do have to then remove it in the future, you can take these off without damaging the windscreen, because these will peel off easily. So I really like the fact that you've got these to stick the cameras to. You've then got all assortment of different cables as well, so you've got the power cables in here as well as some USBs to connect to. These are the connection cables that run between the various cameras. So this will be the to the rear view camera, so there's a 6 meter cable that comes with that to connect through to the rear camera. Little tool in order to install it, and then the CPL filter as well. So we've learnt my lesson with the CPL filter on the GoPro that you need one of these, so this comes with it as well in order just to get rid of some of that glare. So that's everything that came in the box. Let's go and stick it in the car and see how it goes.
So that's the GPS unit stuck up using the 3M pad, because you can detach obviously the actual camera from the unit, so it actually sits up there.
Yeah,
quite
so
nice.
the unit sits just here, and you can dismount it from the GPS module like this if you need to actually take it away and do anything, and then it slides on quite happily again like that. So the unit sits back there really quite nicely, so I do quite like it. Obviously that's the front mounting fit, and you can obviously angle the lens to however high you want. And I've got it just there. So it's good. My interior camera I have actually put just here, which catches both the driver and passenger seat, which is good. And then the rear facing has gone in just there, which looks quite nice. So the trickiest part was just making sure that all the cabling was tidied away nicely. So there is instructions and guidance in it, but once you tuck it up here within the lining and it runs all the way around, and it hides nicely within that. So let's have a quick look at the actual fit. So if this is me in the driving position, obviously, rear view, and I have the dash cam tucked just nicely back here. And as you can see, it sits around there really quite nicely. So when it's powered on, it looks like this, and it's really nice, really intuitive. You can turn the screensaver so that the display goes off, and you can also scroll through what view you're looking at, whether it's just front cam, rear cam, or inside cam, or all three like this I've got on the overlay. And then it's all fairly self-intuitive, which is really nice. I like it, and you can control it all on here if you want through the menu system. But the other good thing I like about this is obviously once you connect it to the app, you can control it through your phone and have a look there. So it live feeds exactly what you're looking at just there. So let's give it a little wave. Hello. There we go. And then you can control everything through the app. It's really intuitive, so I like that.